Greetings to all my fellow watch enthusiasts on YouTube and Facebook and wherever else this video is being seen and shared. It's Lean Driver once again, coming to you this time with a first for the channel. This is my first time reviewing a watch that was given to me from the manufacturer itself. I don't actually own this watch. I was given the opportunity via a friend of mine, a good friend on YouTube, Random Rob. You might be familiar with the Random Rob channel. If you're not, I suggest you check it out because this guy does at least one video a day of watches and sometimes more, and he's one of the most prolific watch video makers, watch buyers, and watch sellers that I've ever encountered. And he has this incredible fondness for G-Shocks. Just watch his latest State of the Collection video that he did, and you'll see. Anyway, he gave me the opportunity to get a hold of a Borealis watch, a watch that I had never before encountered in my travels as a watch enthusiast and collector. And I never was given the opportunity to review a watch before that wasn't one of my own. And I jumped at the opportunity because if you do this one time, maybe other opportunities will present themselves to review other watches in the prototype stage or something like that. And I am on the belief that this is a prototype watch. Although these watches are for sale, I believe they're pre-order on the Borealis website, and I will leave a link to that below. This specifically is the Borealis, and pardon me if I mispronounce the name, Olisipo, Olisipo. I'm going to go with Olisipo. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Excuse me. Very reasonably priced watch. There are a dozen different individual watches in this family, broken down into 6 colorways, which I'll go over in a minute. Each colorway is available either date or no date. And I will leave, as I said, I'll leave a link to the Olisipo page in the description box so you can check that out. Very reasonably priced watch. It's only $195 in the pre-order stage. The particular colorway that I was given to review is sold out, but there are other colorways which I'll go over in a minute. Anyway, it comes in this nice little brown leatherette book-like case with a little elastic closure thingy, little metal stud, and inside, very simple case, little folds here for, I guess they'll be for paperwork or whatever later. Somebody had already had this watch before me, and obviously it sized it. It actually fits me as it's sized now, so I just had to play with a micro adjuster ever so briefly. And a little silica thing. Don't eat those. Don't eat those. Anyway, underneath here in the form-fitting case is the watch itself. It's a dive watch. And I'll go over the specs in a minute. And yes, the crown is unscrewed. I leave all my crowns unscrewed unless I'm wearing them. And even though this watch isn't mine, don't treat it any differently. Nice looking watch, to be sure. I wore this for a better part of a couple of days before I reviewed it. And it is a very comfortable, very solid watch. It belies the low cost in terms of the quality of the watch. I mean, The bracelet is not a jingle jangly bracelet, as you can see. It's got a nice solid feel to it. It's got a nice clasp. It's got a fold over lock. Very stiff pull. As my one and only gripe with this watch is it is incredibly hard to pull this thing open. They don't give you a lot of fingernail room here between here and the clasp, and it's very tight. I suppose with age it'll loosen up a bit. But not that cheap stamped clasp. You got that nice milled out solid clasp. Really nice solid feel to it. It feels great on the wrist. Drilled lugs, as you can see, so very easy to swap this out for a different bracelet or a strap of some kind, or a NATO, although I wouldn't be caught dead wearing a NATO, but that's just me. I'm not a fan. 4-position micro adjust. The removable links are removed with focus screws, so easy to work with. And so whoever adjusted this took 4, left 4 here and 2 on the other side. It's not the way I do it, but whatever. It fit me. Nice bezel movement, very stiff, but very positive. I wish it were a little bit looser. I mean, it doesn't have that refinedness of some other watches, but at $195, come on. Nice. Didn't line it up yet. My OCD will kick in if it's not lined up. So you can see it's very stiff. And I hope that's something that, if this is a prototype, guys, I hope that you work on that a little bit. It doesn't have to be that stiff to be a dive bezel. Solid case back with nice engraving. Looks like a mermaid. Yep, mermaid. Nicely done. It's a very nicely decorated watch. The orange pops beautifully against that white chapter ring and the black bezel. Good time to go over the colorways on these. Of course, you have the orange-black combination. With and without date. This happens to be with date. You have a black face, black bezel. You have a white face with black bezel. You have a very nice deep blue and blue bezel, a green bezel, an ice blue with black bezel, which really looked very good in the pictures. And of course the orange black. So you got choices. That's always nice to have. Nice solid end link. Really easy to get to with a strap tool being the drilled lug. And look at that, the pattern on the it's kind of a diamond pattern on the face. So a really nice watch. Really good loom too. I'm sorry I can't give you a loom shot, but take my word for it. Got really nice loom. Signed crown with the Borealis B. And like I said, this is my first encounter physically with a Borealis. I've never seen one before in the wild. I've seen pictures. I've seen other videos. But this is the first time I ever held one, played with one, sized one, worn one, and I'm impressed. If they told me I got to keep this one, I wouldn't hate it. I'd rather have the blue bezel, orange and blue, Florida Gator. But I wouldn't hate it if they said I could keep it, but I don't think I can. I have to find out about when I have to send it back. Okay, like I said, I've got specs here for you. Let's see. Case size is 40 millimeter diameter case. Let's go to the second page here. Screw down crown, and I got to say it screws down very easily. Just a couple of turns gets her closed up to get that full water resistance. And when you unscrew it, it gives a nice satisfying pop. so you know it's unscrewed because it gives that nice satisfying pop to it. It is, they say the thickness of the sapphire crystal is 3 millimeter. So it's a 3 millimeter thick AR coating on the inside, sapphire crystal. Sapphire crystal at this price point is very good, guys. 120 quick. 120 quick. Yes, English is my second language. 120 click unidirectional bezel. It's a ceramic bezel. The indices are coated with BGW9 lume. The movement inside is a Miyota 9015 automatic. So it is a self-winding movement. It winds, buttery smooth wind. It hacks, as you can see. So you can set to a reference time. The case and the bracelet are 316L stainless. Lug width is 20 millimeter. It's a 300 meter water resistant true diver watch. 12 millimeter thick. They say this is a president style bracelet. It is indeed. I point out that the removable links are screws. And screw down case back, as you saw with the mermaid engraving. And the dial, hands, and bezel are all BGW9 Superluminova. And you get a 12-month warranty on the watch when you buy it. Not bad. I mean, this might be one of the big value for money hits that I've ever encountered. I mean, it's a very nice watch. It wears well. Let me throw it on my wrist. Close her up. Click, click. 7¼ inch wrist. It hits beautifully on the edges. Obviously, because I wear my watches up here instead of down here, there's not going to be any interference with the crown. But even if I wore it down there, which I can't get it down there, well, I get it mostly down here. You see, there's no interference with wrist movement with the crown. Even though the crown is unscrewed, there's no movement. There's no hindrance of movement, and it just fits beautifully, as you can see. Just a nice watch. I mean, you know, admittedly, there's nothing, you know, super spectacular about the watch, but in terms of functions or anything. But I mean, to get a crystal, a sapphire crystal, a stainless steel president style bracelet with a milled, not stamped bridge like that, and very positive double lock clasp, and 300 meter water resistant, and enough lume on this thing to make it double as a flashlight for under $200. I can't beat that. No, I cannot beat that. I really can't. It's really a nice value for money watch, and I'd be very happy to own one. And you know what? If they told me that I have to send this back and I'd have to go get my own, I just might go get my own. I mean, this would be a great daily wear watch, good sporty watch. It's not going to stand up as a dress watch or anything like that. Obviously, it wasn't ever made for that, but a good daily wear watch that you can throw on the wrist with minimal worry and minimal thought for $200, under $200. Man, that's a win all day. So I'm gonna say, for my first review of a watch that somebody offered me to do a review on, I'm gonna call this a win, and I'm gonna call this recommended. You know, Celine Driver seal of approval. Stamp. Anyway, if you like this video, and you want to, and you enjoyed the content and you enjoyed the honest review, and I believe it was an honest review, give me a thumbs up. Appreciate it. Comments, questions, suggestions down below. I read them all. I respond to them all. I delete the garbage. And if you're not already a subscriber, please go ahead and click that subscribe button and click the bell icon next to it so that when I upload new videos, you'll be alerted. The channel is growing slowly but surely, and I appreciate all my subscribers. I'm glad you generously took the time to subscribe and support the channel with your comments and your questions and your suggestions. I hope you continue to do so. I hope you'll spread it around. Maybe we can get to 1,000 users pretty soon. That'd be great. Maybe even get beyond that. So, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.